The shape of the V. The shape of the V is a phrase that I use to refer to how the low end is panned in any given mix. A very wide V has a lot of low end panned out to the sides. Think alternative rock guitars. Very little sense of clarity to the kick and bass. A very narrow, steep V would be something with very thin sides, high-end distinction left to right. This is generally what we think of as pop music, a very clean kick and bass, not a lot of organic, messy naturalness to get in the way of that pop shape. So the steepest V is the poppiest of pop, and the widest V is the alternative, and the in-between would be like most things, modern rock, singer-songwriter music, etc. The shape of this V is an instantaneous subconscious trigger to the audience. So when you're doing the mixes and you're looking at one song in a vacuum, think of the shape of the V as it pertains to that song. Do you want it to be more of a pop thing? Do you want it to be less of a pop thing? People perceive a pop shape versus a less pop, if you will, song in a different way than they would a pop shape and a pop song. Similarly, a more sort of messy, natural, organic thing in conjunction with a very pop song, very crafted, organized song, changes perception there. So there's a mix and a cocktail between not just the song writing, not just the production, but specifically the shape of the V, which hits people as a subconscious trigger. The obvious phrase here is, it sounds too produced, which applies to certain rock stuff. Or in the case of pop music, it doesn't sound clean enough. Not clean enough would be where that shape of the V isn't being honored enough, and it ends up being too organic or too natural. So there's not a right or wrong here, but there's a very instantaneous recognition subconsciously by people on the shape of the V that you're putting into the mix. And that's an important thing to consider as it relates to the content of the actual single. Obviously in mastering, we can tweak it, but it's better if you do it.